Hello, hello, folks. How's it going? I hope all is well. Been a hot second. Specifically, been like 18 days. Um, but we're back with Valheim. I'm flying solo today. Um, just because stairs are the enemy. Um, we are officially out of the hospital. Yay. Um, like I said, stairs are the enemy. So, Dad cannot currently join me, but he is watching, so behave. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop back in here. It's nice to be my normal traveler self again. Got a little got a little dust on the dust on the figure. I gotta brush it off, right? Okay. So I can't hear the game at the moment, but it's a little quiet. You know what? You know why it's a little quiet? It's probably because I moved my mic closer to me. Okay, I've turned this up to 29. Anyway. Uh-oh. Have mercy on my soul, internet. Please, I only just got back. Yeah, so no big plans today. We're gonna chill. We're gonna play it by ear. Just, as things happen, we'll do stuff. Just kind of getting back into the swing of things. I guess, what do I talk about? It's weird streaming by myself. Like I said, Dad'll be back once we can get the stair thing, straightened out. Until then, it's just gonna be me. That's weird. This is how I started out, was, just streaming by myself. It used to be that streaming with somebody was weird, and now it's streaming without somebody is weird. Phases of life and all that. Thank you for the, first and lurking, Delgar. Oh, is the fog receding, or was I just... no, I don't think so. But yeah, I was thinking, like, a little resource gathering, little, exploration. Whatever things I can find to do, that's what we're doing. Okay. I need to get used to the controls again. It's a little weird now. Ah, no! I was messing that up even before we left, so, that one's not a change. I suppose I can talk about, how nice it is to be back. Because I gotta tell ya, hospitals, you don't go to a hospital to rest. And, it's not comfortable either. Have you taken damage? Yes, you've taken damage. Huh. I mean, I guess it's still okay. Good to know. It almost looks like it's just the way that the sun is. Well, no, I don't think it's gonna rain. We could do some choppies. Yeah, oh yeah, I was already in the process of choppies over here. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll chop some stuff. Whatever I was doing before, it's being replaced. Well, I was in full armor, and I was sitting in the portal house. So I guess I had the intention to go somewhere. But it's alright. Yeah, this is kind of awkward now, isn't it? Well, at least, we're doing something besides just, me walking to a restaurant. Nice change of pace, isn't it? So... most of the, how dare you? Anyway, obviously most of the VODs that I end up with post-stream ends up getting posted to YouTube. The IRL streams will not be going on YouTube. There's no point to them being there. They were made, I mean, like, kind of, to be honest, kind of more of a There's an update, one, and two, when you're walking somewhere by yourself, you kind of want people to know where you are in case you go missing. So yeah, I mean, they served a functional purpose, but I can't say that they're really not entertaining. Let's be real here. Watch my sedentary ass wind herself walking to a burger joint. It's not entertaining. So yes, I'm not going to be deleting them from Twitch. I'm just going to let the regular schedule run its course, and once the 2 weeks are up, obviously those will disappear. Never to be seen again. But we will remember the good times. I'm sorry, did the announcement just pop up? I've been streaming, what, like 5 minutes? 7 minutes, and it only just popped up? Alright, well. Fine then, I guess. It's nice to have internet again. So, well, I guess Wi-Fi, technically. Of course, the hospital has complimentary Wi-Fi, but you don't... That's like unsecure Wi-Fi. You don't use the free Wi-Fi in a place. You don't know what kind of junk is in there. Which means I was using my mobile data the whole time, which was incredibly slow. I am very happy to have something faster again. I ended up getting more into mobile apps than I typically do. Oh yeah, my phone updated as well, against my will. I didn't want it to, but it was like, we're doing it anyway. And of course it had to download like 5 different apps that I'm not going to use, including Temu. It's like Temu, and then there's always like some, there's like a slots game this time. It's like, come on, man. I'm trying to think of... There's another one, too, that it likes to download all the time, and now I can't think of it. Mostly because my dislike of Temu, kind of overrode my memory. Oh yeah, and with the mobile apps, the games, really, it's mobile games that I've been playing, it means I've been seeing a lot more ads, which means I've been seeing a lot of Temu ads, which has really fueled the dislike. It's kind of one of those things where, out of spite, you don't engage with something you see a lot of advertising for. It's like, well, now that you're shoving it in my face every 5 minutes, no, I'm not gonna go check it out. Because you've annoyed me. Right? So yes, a lot of that. I got some writing done. I've been trying to do more writing lately in general. I don't really post it, really more for myself. I mean, I'm part of a group that writes for a game, but it's not like... It's fanon stuff for a game, I should say. We are not writing like a script for a game or anything. It's just fan stuff, you know, because we really enjoy the game. So I wrote a little bit for that. Wrote a little bit of my own stuff, but most of it was on the phone doing game stuff. Like I don't know what it's actually called. There are a couple names for it. It's like, it's called Nonograms and Picross. Which, it's the same thing. It's just 2 different names. Anyway, I like those. I've played several games of that, you know, different apps. So I got real into one of them called Meow Tower. It's very cute. I'm not sponsored. Obviously, I'm not sponsored. I would have opened with that. It's a cute game, though. I really like it. I think there's only like, essentially you become the owner of a tower that houses cats, and they come and move in, and they have requests for you to complete, and in order to do that, to build up the currency that you need to complete those requests, you play Picross. And all the cats are very cute, and they have their own, you know, they have their own personalities. They're all unique from each other, I would say. I think there's like 25 of them, but I'm not there yet. Okay. I'm kind of... I guess I should go to sleep, huh? I mean, I wanted to kind of chop through the night, but I'll just hit the hay. So yeah, real big into that. Oh, jeez, for a second I thought I saw a bug up there. I was like, no, already! But no. Heartening to know that I still remember the layout, at least. I was a little worried about how well I would take to playing Valheim again, just because it's been as long as it has. But still good, still good. There's some funk, but you can chip the rust off. It's fine. I don't think you're supposed to chip rust off. Get rid of it somehow that does not damage the overall. You know what I'm talking about. Got my non-sponsored sippy here. All right. I guess I should... I'm not exploring at the moment. And if there's going to be a giant raid that hits at some point, it might. I'm just going to go ahead and get bone mass. I had ached here. Ugh. I don't know if you heard that, but my back popped. That was my upper back. That's another thing, too. When you're, at least in my case, when you're sleeping on a recliner, kind of a shitty recliner, oof, ouch, the back and the knees and the arms and the neck. Ah, woo! It wasn't really gonna hurt, but just on principle, I didn't want it to hit me. I will say, you know, even though the hospital recliner was not great, I mean, it leaned all the way back, so you could lay on it. I've slept in worse recliners that don't lean all the way back. So you're always at kind of an angle. Ouch. Don't like it. So that was fine. And as much as it's kind of uncomfortable, it is not the worst sleeping arrangement I have ever had in a hospital. There was one time that I slept in a windowsill, essentially. It was one of those things where it was the windowsill, but it was big enough and wide enough that it could double as a bench, essentially. It was made to be, you know, a combination sill and bench. It was only a couple times. No, I think it was like once, maybe twice. But I had to sleep in that windowsill, because sleeping on the floor is a no-go. They didn't have... The room was so cramped. There was, like, no other, I think there was, like, a chair, but other than that, there was no other furniture in there. So nowhere I could really lay out, and I didn't want to give myself a crick in the neck by sleeping in the chair, so this was not a recliner, it was a regular chair. So I slept in the windowsill, because I could kind of lay down-ish. But it meant I was half awake the whole night, making sure I didn't fall off. That was easily, that's the worst, by far. I mean, no contest. I think the best sleeping arrangement I had, I got a cot once. It was nice. I almost got one this time, but I think it became unavailable, so I didn't get to use it this time. But you know, getting to sleep in a cot, that's probably the best hospital sleeping arrangement I've ever had. But the bad ones, I think, are more interesting than the good ones. Like, one of the days on this most recent visit, well, a few of the days, because we were in that particular room for, like, less than a week, I think. But, the recliner was, I was trying to, like, leave it open, in case Dad wanted to use it. And I didn't know, I was trying to be nice. So I guess I didn't have to do it the way that I did it. I could have used the recliner, but I chose not to. I did it to myself. There was this, like, built-in bench thing built into the wall. What I ended up doing, it wasn't really a bench, it was really like a singular seat built into the wall. So I pulled a fold-up chair next to that bench seat thing. And kind of just like fetal position, rolled into a ball and slept on those combined chairs. Again, like I said, I really didn't have to do it, but I was trying to be nice. It was probably didn't have to do that. That was one of the more not great arrangements. Wasn't there another card over here? Or is it being used currently? Anyway, this is full, so I guess I'll go ahead and bring it back while I'm looking for the other cart, because I could have sworn I had both of them over here. Where are you? Off-roading! We're off-roading! Rebel! No, not one over here. Where'd the other one go then? Wait a second. It might be at the farm. That might be it. It's either at the farm or the front of the house. But I'm thinking specifically it's at the farm. Okay, but are we at the point where I can start putting the wood into the storehouse? I guess I should change the foods that I've got, because I'm not exploring at the moment. Can keep the bread. What other stuff is available over here? I should keep something. Well, if I've got all these, then the locks would be the extra. Alright. Well, I guess I'll take it that way for now. Okay. At the very least, let's get these seeds in here. Ha! Without bumping anything, I've still got it. Hard to, I mean, it wasn't too terribly long, so kind of hard to lose it. Alright, how's the wood over here? You doing okay? Yeah, you're doing alright. Alright. I can only put some in there, but the rest will go outside. I think what I'm gonna do... Ooh, come through here. Drop this off. And I'm gonna refill some of these fires to make sure they're gonna stay lit up. Especially these. Man, these stoves really burn through the wood, huh? Literally. Because that's what they do. I'm very funny. I don't know if anyone knew this. I'm very good at telling jokes and being silly. Alright. How are you doing? Nice, and I still had 4 left. Here I thought I was being careful. Alright, why are you buzzing? What is happening? Why are you buzzing? I see. Okay. Nope, fixed it. We're good. Oh no, is this where you are? Was I emptying? I was emptying the other cart and then never finished emptying it. Alright, what's in here? Oh, maybe I wasn't emptying it. Alright, well I guess this is all coming with me, right? Storehouse, yes. I didn't want to accidentally walk somewhere I want to. Yeah, sometimes when you're in the hospital, sleeping arrangements aren't so great. And other times they're pretty good. It's kind of like some of the nurses you can get. Some of them are not great, but others are good. We really got to see the full range of good and bad. Well, maybe not the full range, but a good amount of it. What am I putting away? Nope. Nope. Because, you know, it's kind of like other professions. There's always going to be some folks that are maybe not so great at their work, and others that are great. And then there are some where they're good at what they do, they're just not very nice. And you run into that a lot too. Some folks just don't have good bedside manner. You can be book smart and you know all your stuff medically, but you gotta have some tact. Perhaps some self-control too when dealing with patients. Some folks just don't have that. And some of those folks that don't have it end up in positions where you have to have it. And it's noticeable. I want to say for the most part, we had decent nurses. There were definitely some that left something to be desired, but I would say for the most part, we had some good ones. Can I just, whoops. There we go. Still remembering how to do the buttons. I did end up with a couple favorites. The ones that are proficient, I end up liking. And then the ones that are actually, like, the ones that concern themselves with me, I also tend to like. Because some of them will just pretend that I'm not there and just don't interact with me at all. But there are, you know, there are some that'll, you know, they would check in with Dad. You know, it'd be like, is there anything else that you need? You know, anything I can do? And, you know, he's like, no, I'm okay. And then they turn to me and it's like, is there anything that I can do for you? Do you need anything? It's like, oh, I'm being acknowledged. Hi, I kind of wasn't expecting you to say anything to me. So yeah, I mean, it's nice that they worry about me too. There are, for those folks that do not frequent hospitals or have not stayed for an extended period in hospitals, sometimes, especially if you're staying overnight, if you're allowed to, sometimes they can offer you a cot to sleep on. That's always nice. Or, you know, some places have, some hospitals call it guest trays, some call it a courtesy meal, I think. And so, only one nurse offered me a courtesy meal. The rest of them just didn't. So I didn't even know they were a thing. Because, like I said, some places do it, some don't. So yeah, you know, she was like, you know, she asked Dad if he'd eaten, and he'd already ordered what he was gonna have, and, you know, she's like, have you eaten? It's like, well, I mean, it's like 10:30. No, I don't tend to, you know, have breakfast, and then she started asking me what I wanted. It's like, I mean, I don't know what's available, and she's like, okay, I'll bring you something. I was like, okay, and she comes in with this, it's even got a sticker on top that says courtesy meal, and it's got a list of everything that's in there. It's like, oh my gosh, you guys actually have these. Okay. So I was really appreciative of that nurse, because every other meal, I've either had to pay for it, or a couple of my aunts visited. And it was really cool of them to visit. It was nice to see them. You know, it'd be nice to, you know, under better circumstances, but any time being able to see them, and, you know, they were supporting Dad and I, so it's always appreciated. But anyway, any time food was involved, money was also involved. And when you're having to buy your food every day, it gets a little expensive. So the fact that I was able to, at least for that particular meal, get something for free was really nice. Without anyone having to pay for it. the nurse just went and grabbed it. So I was like, man, where has this been? But it's also like, if these are available, why don't more of the nurses offer them? It's like, who knows, right? It's just that particular day, that particular nurse gave me one, and I was very appreciative of it. Bringing this over here. And I'm gonna run back and grab the other cart. Do that too. Eesh. That's what I get for running. It still looks okay. I'm trying to think of something, another topic of discussion that is not the hospital, but I mean, let's face it. 18 days of my life, and of Dad's life, straight, has been hospital. So you kind of just get in that mode of always thinking about it and talking about it. So, for lack of a better way to put it, we have yet to transition back into civilian life. We have been released from captivity. We have to adjust to the wild again. I gotta tell you though, I mean, I suppose it's not a surprise. I definitely missed playing Valheim. I didn't think up any, like, grand projects to do while we were there. It was just like, man, I just miss it. It's always a nice little jaunt. Even when things are bad, it's still, you know, I still enjoy playing it. Things are bad in game is what I mean. Like, in particular, like, Ashland stuff. Are you gonna... Okay, you're good. Which, I should probably go ahead and say, most likely not going to the Ashlands today at all. We are here for vibes and, peace and unwinding. That's what we're doing. Just a little deforestation to unwind. But yeah, I definitely miss this. And Dad really wanted to be here tonight. I already mentioned that in the Discord. But, when you're bedbound for a little while, walking gets a little interesting. Especially when it's not pushed every day for you to do it. So like for the first few days or so, they weren't pushing for him to do a lot of walking. And, because of, what he got sick with, it was, it was, affecting how well he could walk and take stairs. And today, that's the struggle. He's doing walking all right. They had him with a walker in the hospital, and even offered a cane. He didn't want the cane. I don't blame him. But when we got back to the house, he started walking around without the walker. And it's like, as long as he's slow and, like, he's careful about it, he can do it. And that's good. That's a good step. But, he wanted to go down the stairs, you know, to the streaming room, I guess. It's just an office, but, you know, the streaming room. And, he wanted to come down here and, join the stream tonight. It was like, you know, walking without a walker is great. It's a good step. But you're having to be slow, and you're having to be careful about it. So I think that, several stairs is maybe a little too much right now. So today is Friday. Next stream will be Monday, so perhaps, I'm not going to promise anything, but, you know, he might be able to join that one. And if he can't, then perhaps the Wednesday one. You know what? I'm thinking, no, I'd believe it if he could do it by Wednesday. I don't want to push him farther than he can go or should go, though. But he really wanted to be here. I just wanted you folks to know that. He's not ditching you guys. I had to convince him not to tonight. no, not to come tonight. So just know he wants to be here. Jeez, okay. Ooh, woohoo. Ah, beautiful chaos. Look at him go. Cool. That was a big one. I should probably pick the rest of that up, and then I'll be heading to the house. You know, I think I mentioned it during the first walk stream. But it was it's kind of funny. There's a couple restaurants kind of close to where we were, as it is sometimes. And my aunt asked me, "Hey, you ever walk to one of those restaurants?" And it was a decent distance away. So I was like, no, the hospital has a cafeteria. Why would I walk to these places? But after she said that, it got me thinking, right? Hey, how bad is this walk anyway? One of my other aunts was trying to help me gauge the distance and how long it would take, and she was looking at it and she was like, I'm thinking like an hour. I was like, an hour? And she was like, yeah, you know, like half an hour both ways. Oh, I shouldn't be chopping right now. I'm supposed to be picking up. I was like, yeah, if it actually is an hour, then no, I don't need to be walking that. And it's not because, you know, of the distance, it's the time. Just I'm used to, you know, kind of being close, you know, nearby to Dad in case he needs anything, especially in a setting where nurses aren't always, I don't want to say they aren't always on it. I mean, that's kind of true, but for the most part, it's just because they have so many other patients to tend to, you know? They're kind of understaffed for the most part. I mean, when you go to places like the ICU or, you know, they've gotta have like a 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 ratio for patients to nurses, right? So you get much closer care there because, you know, you're kind of in need of closer care if you're somewhere like that. But on the regular, like, med-surg floor, you could have, like, your nurse could be tending to 5 other patients. So, yeah, it's gonna take some time. You know, they're not always gonna be right there when you need them. So that's part of why I like to stay with Dad. Just to, if he needs anything that does not, especially if it's something like I can do, then I like to be there. So, potentially being away, like, walking an hour, and, like, that's not even including the time standing in the restaurant waiting for them to complete your order and, you know, any other delays that could happen. That's not to say I was never away that long. But it was either, I was either with one of my aunts, or I was still in the hospital, like, in the cafeteria. So, if anything happened, we could get back pretty quickly. But on foot, kind of not, it doesn't have the same guarantee of swiftness, you know? So, at one point I was like, hey, I'm curious about it, you know, I'd like to see how far of a walk it actually is, and I got Dad's okay. And I went, and it ended up not being as long. It ended up being 30 minutes round trip, half the time that I thought it was gonna take. I was like, nice. So I did that a few times. Obviously I didn't stream every time I did it. But what I like to do, because I've had to walk a distance before for food, I'll call somebody. So, I guess I did it 4 times. If I did 2 streams and then did 2 phone calls, yeah. So it was 4 times that I walked there. I started getting looks from the folks working at the restaurant, so I wonder if they started recognizing me. But anyway, so the first time I called my oldest sister, and it was, I mean, both times, you know, both times I called a sister. So, you know, I called my oldest sister one day and my middle sister the next day. And it's nice. I should call them more often. Because we all get busy with our lives and, you know, we kind of get caught up and don't always think about, you know, hey, I should call or anything like that because you're worried about other stuff. Like, hey, I need to do this and then I need to do this and then tomorrow I have to do all this stuff and then there's this on top of that and, you know, you just get so sucked into what you need to be doing that it kind of just goes under the radar. No, my axe! I wasn't paying attention! Alright, well, now I have to go back. I suppose I'll sleep while I'm there. Yep, and I suppose one of the good things, I guess, that's come out of going to the hospital is that family reaches out more often. Because they were checking on Dad, wanting to make sure he was okay, checking on me, making sure I'm doing alright. And it's nice, you know, to be able to hear them, you know, hear from them and, you know, get to see them more often. But, you know, it would be nicer if it wasn't just when we're in the hospital. So yeah, you know, maybe that's something that we can do, you know, now that we're out and, you know, things are a little less, I don't want to say business oriented, but you know what I'm talking about. There isn't like things to do. We can just hang out. That's nice. That's nice to do. Whee! Did I repair my axe? Yes, I did. I could not remember if I had. Alright, back to it. There was something else that I was thinking of, and now I can't remember it. Because I went on a tangent about my sisters and the rest of my family. Maybe I'll remember it. In the meantime, we have made pretty good progress on the tree farm. I'm going to be planting more. So I think that's a good idea. And then maybe we'll do some farming. It's nice to have a stream where there isn't like where we're not working towards the ultimate goal of, you know, finishing the game, you know, killing all the Forsaken for Odin, you know. We're not on the cutting edge of the story. We're just kind of futzing. Kind of just doing whatever. Chilling, vibing. What is it? Chilling out, maxing, and relaxing, all cool. I'll get a twofer. Or not. Oh! Okay. Be that way. Aha. Really? I would have thought that would take it out. A lot of damage it just took. If I roll this into it. Go for it. Oh, okay, fair enough. There it goes. What are you doing? Okay, that's fine. I gotta say, one thing that's... I mean, there are many things that are nice about not being... Ah! How dare. There are many things that are nice about not being in a hospital. One of them is privacy. You kind of don't get a whole lot of it because people are coming in all the time. And that was a particular hang-up of mine this time. Was the privacy bit. I've gotten real, what is a good way to put it? I like having, time where I don't need to be answering questions and doing particular things. But when you're, especially when you're in a hospital, you're constantly having to talk to nurses. They're always asking questions. You always have to, you know, answer them. They're always doing something. So yes, being at the house means a little more peace. Kapow. I need to find something to talk about that is not the hospital. What is something I can talk about? Like I said, this has kind of dominated my life for 2 weeks, so I've got to, I need to shift gears. I need to get into something else. Okay, well, that's full now. Shift gears into something else. What am I... Is there something I'm looking at that I can talk about? Indeed. Well, I guess when we got back to the house, I wanted to take a nap, but there were a lot of things to unpack. Just because we're kind of used to having to I mean, we're kind of used to grabbing a bunch of stuff in case we need it, but that means hauling it all back. And I know that it's partly hospital, but trust me, this is house. I'm talking house. So I had quite a few things to put away. And then, to my abject horror, I say jokingly, I saw that I not only had dirty laundry, I had clean laundry that I hadn't put away yet. Because it'll, typically when I do the laundry, you know, I'll have a day where it all gets washed and then brought back to the room, but then it'll be another day that I put it away. On good days, it'll be the next day, but sometimes it takes a little longer than that. Not proud of it. It's one of my flaws. But, yes, I you know, we accumulated some dirty clothing, and so I was like, hey, I need to do the laundry, so I'm gonna go ahead and put all the dirty clothes in the basket where they belong, and then I'll be able to transfer them down to the laundry room, and throw them in there, let the machines do their thing, and then I can bring them back up. And we'll have a lot of nice, fresh, clean clothes. It'll be great. So bring the dirty clothes to the room, and it's full of clean clothes. It's like rats. Not only do I have to carry all these dirty clothes to the laundry room, before I can even do that, I have something else to do. It wasn't so bad. It was a small load last time, so I was actually able to go through it pretty quickly. But it was just one of those things where it's like, I'm already tired, and you're telling me that I left more work for myself. How could I do this to myself? And then I'll do it again. Like I said, it's a flaw. I would argue probably not my worst flaw. I interrupt people when they're speaking like some human autocorrect. I need to stop doing that. I know, Dad, that's one of Dad's pet peeves. Because I'll do that and he'll be like, let me finish my sentence. I was like, that's that bad habit I've got to break. I guess it's not autocorrect, it's autofill. That's really the word. The proper term. Anyway, so, kind of went through the clean clothes. Put all that away. Dumped all the dirty clothes into the basket, and I've got like 2 loads in there pretty much. And that's how much dirty clothes is in there. It's like, rats. It's gotta be double the work. But you know, when you don't get to do the laundry for a bit, it kind of adds up, you know? Okay. Alright then. They say, what is it like? That's like they say that there are 2 things that are constants. It's like death and taxes. I don't know what actually the quote is supposed to be, but I'm going to extend it and say death, taxes, and laundry, and also dishes. It always feels, you know, it's never done. You're always doing, well, you can't, death doesn't qualify here. But especially like the chore stuff, right? The dishes, the laundry, right? You're never going to be done with it. You can, you know, push back the beast temporarily, but it'll always come back, right? I was complaining to a friend about it once, like, you know, it's never done. And, I think she might have heard it from somewhere else, but, you know, she was like, what'd she say? She said, one must imagine Sisyphus happy. It's like, must one? Must one? One must imagine Sisyphus happy. Been a long time since I read that story, so, whoa. Oh! Hi! It's all happening in the background. Oh. Hey, wait a second. I should be worried about my raspberries. You alive? Yes, they yet live, but I haven't come over here yet. That's why. I need to, for the next few days, I need to practice good posture. Give my back and shoulders a break. It's that Bath and Body Works parody, Back and Body Hurts. Ooh, woodcutting level 74. I'm not as spry as I used to be. I say that kind of jokingly, but also, I'm starting to notice that certain things that I do with my body that it used to be okay with, it's not as okay with anymore. I was like, man, aging does happen, doesn't it? So I'm starting to notice that I need to be perhaps a little more careful, a little more mindful about what I'm putting my body through. But it kind of goes back to a comment I've made a few times. I lead something of a sedentary lifestyle. And it would probably benefit me to change that somewhat. Go for more walks and perhaps do more stretches and just in general be even a little more active. Sorry about that, man. I'll fix that. Do I have enough wood in my inventory? I don't. Well, I can very quickly fix that. Whoops. Fix that too. Oh, wait, that's a thing I don't have in my inventory. Is there a table here? No, it's not. I didn't think so. There we go. Like it never happened. Okay, so I'm gonna go fix that other one real quick. And I suppose I can go ahead and bring the full cart back. How full is this one? Can I just bring this back too? Eh. Okay, I'll just finish off this other cart and then I'll run back. Ugh. How much more is that? Okay, I can do 3 more stacks of wood. Gotcha. So we're gonna be here for a second. I am definitely noticing the drop in stamina, though. Do I want to just go ahead and head back? This isn't going to take too terribly long. It's not going to be bad. Especially if I domino them like that. They do the work for me when I do it that way. Timber! Glad the fog lifted. Come on, fall! I know you want to. This might be enough. There we go. Let's see. Close enough. Not a full stack, but it's close enough. Sorry, I started taking in the music for a second. That's another thing I missed. I mean, I could look it up on YouTube and listen to it that way, but you know, it's different when you're. I get listening to it live, I guess, is the way to put it. I'll have to drop this off here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take care of the food situation first. Okay, so maybe do I wanna? I mean, yeah, I'll do it. So technically I've got some Aider in me, but I'm not gonna do anything about it. That is... What are you doing? Okay, good. I started taking off some of my armor. Didn't mean to do that. Should I repatch that with grass? Maybe I should. I'll think about it. Bring this like right here. And I'll go grab the other cart. I wonder, while I'm here, what are you wearing right now? Flame metal greaves, flame metal breastplate, carapace helmet. I could probably swap out the helmet for some of the Fenris gear real quick. Just to get a little faster. You know, not a significant, you know, like rolling around at the speed of sound kind of boost, but enough to, you know, put a little pep in the step, you know? I would like that right now. I think I'll, while I'm hauling this, I can make a little pit stop. Boy, but this game is pretty. I do, when I play games like this, like Minecraft is another one where I'm like this too. I kind of like to try to preserve preserve, I guess, the natural look of the area. So obviously, having a giant building here is counterintuitive, you know, to that. But, you know, I've kept, like, the trees here. You know, the trees are still, you know, lining this area. I've got the 2 oaks. There's a limit to the forest. I don't just chop down every tree. I have a tree farm, so I don't have to chop down the nearby trees. I like to kind of play with the environment and not against it so much, so that it'll look, you know, it'll retain some of its beauty from, you know, before I showed up. And I think that I have done a pretty good job of that. I'm happy with how this looks. So I'm gonna do this. There we go. Even that's a little boost. I can already feel that I'm a bit faster. Alright, I'm gonna get this over to the portal, and then I'm gonna sleep, and then I'll start transferring. Oh, that's something I learned. So, kind of in, like, the lower half of your skeleton, there are little joints, near your hip, kind of like in that area between your spine and your hips. There's tiny little joints, because it's not one big solid bone. You know, there's a few things working down there. And so yeah, I mean, there's a few joints down there technically, because where bone meets bone, that's a joint. So it's not just your phalanges and your, you know, your knuckles, right? It's you know, even like the little bits that you don't even know about. So for several years, there's this part of my I thought it was my lower back that would pop, but it's in kind of a strange spot where it's like it felt kind of removed from my spine, but it wasn't my hip, so I wasn't sure really what it was. But after learning that it's not just a solid piece down there, there are other moving parts down there, it's like, oh, that's what's been popping. I think it pops because of my time in band, carrying heavy drums. You know, generally not being so nice to my body as you know, children and young adults tend to do. So for, it's like, I think it was like, it's like middle school or early high school when it started, but that part of my back question mark started popping. Like, especially when I would, like, sit, or, like, you know, sit propped up against the wall, you know, like sitting on the floor up against a wall and then standing upright. So it's like, huh, I wonder what that is. And now I have a better idea of what it is. It's like, oh, there's actually, you know, duh, it pops, so of course there's a joint there. But it was not, I didn't think too hard about it. It was just a, huh, weird. And then it just kind of happened long enough that I didn't really think about it. So that was kind of fun. Let's see. Bone. I was thinking about rocks, actually. I was thinking about rocks and bones, and bones is what won. So, I meant rock, like stone. Opens the box of rocks. Bone, ... Alright, EP time. Stretch my back a little. I'm definitely glad that I will be sleeping on something that is not a recliner tonight. They get a little uncomfortable after a while, if you can believe it. There we go. But I have transfers to do. I'm gonna hang around the house for a second, listen to that morning music kick in. Well, was there anything in the back that I was working on that I can kind of fool around with before I head to the storehouse? Yeah, I guess this stuff. But I didn't have anything smelting. That's kind of what I was looking for, was something to smelt. But, alas. I guess I can get this wood going. Yippee! Alright. Obviously I got some extra rocks, so there's going to be delivered as well. I gotta say, it was a little, since I've been... Whoopsies. Kinda didn't mean to do that. Because I've been using, you know, my small phone screen, right, looking at that, hopping back on the computer was a little jarring. It's like, whoa, everything is so big. Man, I can see so much detail. Because everything's all blown up. There we go. Okay, get a little, yep, throw that right in there. Do I... Oh, never mind. I was about to say, do I pull it over this way? I'll stack it this way, but I already have a plan for that. So never mind. I'll just stack it on top when it gets to that point. I don't know, any big fellas? I'm not seeing any currently, so don't have to worry about them. Oof, it's a little cold. There we go. Through the portal. I think the storehouse is one of my better ideas. Perhaps my best idea. A good place to store things without constantly having to add to the house. Not that I don't want to add to the house in the future, but, you know, being able to do it at my own pace instead of constantly needing to expand. How close could I get this? There we go. Oh, I should take care of those rocks, huh? I need to go get more rocks. Eventually. I've thought about what it would be like to find an island and just kind of like... Or not even an island, like a chunk of a landmass and just like mine all the way down to the bottom and just flatten as much as I can of that land. Just to see, one, how long it would take, and two, just what would it look like? And how would it work when you're near water? Does the whole place just get enveloped in water, or is there a certain point where the water kind of tapers off and you're standing on the ground? These are the questions that I consider every now and then, but it would be very time consuming to do, and I think I was just talking about wanting to retain the beauty of nature as it is, and that would really mess things up. I'd feel guilty about it, even though it's, you know, it's fictional and has no bearing on the real world. I would still feel guilty about it. I guess I'm gonna do this for now. I'd try to put it back, at least I'd probably, you know, I'd regrass it, like, plant new trees, but, you know, it would obviously be different from, how the land used to be. I would definitely feel guilty if I did that. If I was in a creative world, then that would be different. But here, I would feel bad about it. Ooh, did I see movement? Is that a fella standing over there? That looks very trollish. What's a good way to get up here? I didn't leave myself a good way to get up. Let's run around. There is a fella! He's inspecting the hole. He's like, huh, I wasn't there before. Oh, almost. He caught me in the air. Alright, I'll give you that hit, but that's the only one you get. Oh, hello. Oops. Alright. I guess while I'm over here, I could check the other side. See if a troll spawned over there. Little patrol, make sure they don't get too close to the storehouse and do damage to it that I have to fix. I will even gather these rocks. Because I think I've got one more trip through the storehouse, to the storehouse that I gotta do. Dandelion. Must have missed that a little while back. Hello, Skelly. Yes, you see me. Just as I see you. It would appear, for the moment, troll-free. Perhaps one day it will change, but it is not this day. What is that? Oh, a bush that's halfway in the rock. Hello. Goodbye. I should go back to making paths between builds. I think the main thing, though, is that my builds are much further apart than they used to be. Because it's like I used to need a base for everything. Like this was my second base, and that was my first one, right? And I felt, even though Troll Pelt and home base are not far away, when the whole map is covered in that fog, you don't know where anything is, there's a little trepidation involved with, why is there a random fire thing over here? Is that stuff? Where are you? Didn't I just walk from there? Hold on. I bet you there at least was stuff there. I don't know if there is anymore. Oh, look. Here's a deer. Hi, deer. Bye, deer. I bet there was stuff there. Or do I just have this bridge marked? No, it's not the bridge. I'll bet there was stuff here. Was I in the process of working on this? Yeah, I guess technically this isn't done. I haven't completely cleared that node. And apparently, if I had to guess, that's the work of a troll. Yeah, I'm not done over here. Look at that. Look at that. I wasn't done. Alright, I'll have to consider coming back to this spot. Even this one might not be done. Ooh, yeah, what's this? Just rock, apparently. Can I help you? I don't know. I did a lot of stuff over here. This might be done. It's just not uniform the way I tend to do it. Alright, well. I'm keeping the bridge, though. Can't take the bridge away. Oh, yeah. Now that I'm looking at it, it used to come up over the rock, didn't it? Does that part of the path still... Oh, I guess it was over the rock and then this way. Oh, cut in a weird way then. Anyway. Back to the house. So I can fill the rest of my inventory with wood. Back into the peaceful meadow. Oh, I should put my sword away. You run a little faster when you don't have anything equipped. If you can believe that. Fun fact. Whoops, boars over there. You know, I think I picked a really good place to build my home. Hello, dear. I mean, yeah, it's right next to spawn. So, I mean, I kind of didn't pick it per se. I decided to stay here. I didn't really go anywhere. So I guess in that way, you know, it was my choice. But this is kind of where it put me, and I stuck with it. But it's a really pretty place. I like the geography. Of course I like the surrounding area. It's just kind of, you know, I'm like next to this creek thing here. I think that was a good choice. Because other places in the meadows, you know, you don't see many necks. Where here, you really just see them all the time. They are not a rarity at all. Alright, stop crouching, please. Oh, I guess I should be doing that. Yeah, for my sneak skill, I should be doing that. I guess we're doing that. I should grab like a blanket or something to bring down here. I'm definitely getting cold. Eesh. I am wearing... Oh yeah, you gone apparently. No, I'm wearing my one of my warmer hoodies. It's made out of I don't know the material, but it's one of those articles of clothing where as soon as you put it on you feel like you're starting to warm up. But it appears there is a limit, because I'm definitely feeling the temperature drop. I'm definitely getting cold. So I'm like I said earlier, I have to step away at about 10 o'clock. I'll be back. It'll be about, 10 minutes. But in that time, I will probably grab myself a blanket and perhaps my cat slippers. I missed those. Grab those and come back down with some warmth. Nothing's in here. Okay. Okay, but these are now completely empty, so I will roll them back. Is there anything in here, or are they still empty? Yes, okay. Oh. I see. We're not done. Good to know. Glad I checked. Oof. Yep, definitely cold. It's primarily stone this time. No! There we go. Whoop. My phone buzzed. How dare you? There we go. Okay. So I actually need to make a new chest. Alright. Come all the way over here. Yeah, it'll work. Ah! Wait a second, come back! In making the new chest, I eliminated the need for the new chest. That's not true. The next time I carry wood through here, I'll need it. Just not right away. Like I was thinking. Okay, it's just rocks. Alright. Cool. Oh yeah, there is a dungeon nearby. Sorry, I was looking at the top right, looking at my map. I was like, what is that there? Yeah, it's a dungeon. It's not a mismarked portal, it's a dungeon. Okay, which of you? It was you. Yeah, alright, we got a little wood left. My grandma sent a text asking about how we got back to the house. Jeez. Oh, why am I yawning suddenly? Says the tired person. There we go. Message sent. Okay, so I need to take care of the 2 pelts. And then we are outie. Oh, speaking of Audi, not Out-E, but Audi the brand. I was talking to my aunt today and talking about, you know, I'm not too familiar with, like, I've seen many car brands before, of course, but I can't always remember, like, what the symbols belong to, right? You know, like, I mean, obviously, like, GMC and Fiat and Ford and, you know, brands like that. I mean, they're written out, so it's like, you can't, Dodge it, well, yes, Dodge is another one, where their logo is them, it's the word. So, you know, kind of hard to mess that one up when you're looking at it going, I wonder what brand that is. Oh, it's a Dodge. Or, oh, that's a Fiat. Oh, Kia does it too. Anyway, so, like, those are easy because they're written out. But, like, a lot of brands don't do that. So I was just talking to her like, yeah, I don't always, you know, I don't always remember what their names are, I just know the symbols. I know that they're car brands, but that's it. And so she started quizzing me, and, you know, I knew more than I thought I did. It was nice, right? You know. But there were some that I couldn't remember, one of which is Audi. And that's like, it's like the 4 circles in a row. It almost looks like the Olympic circles, but it's just in a row. It's not all, you know, bumpy. And then I had a hard time remembering Cadillac. I didn't remember Lincoln. Things like that, you know. So on the way back to the hospital, from the hospital, because she drove us back. She, you know, ended up actually taking some time off work so that she could do that, and I thought that was very kind of her. On the way back, I was looking at the cars as they were passing by, and it's like Chevy, Kia, Mazda, Audi, Chevy, Toyota, Toyota, that's a Honda, another Honda, Hyundai, Honda, Toyota. You know, like, as they were passing, I was just saying the brands as I was seeing them. And that amused me for the, you know, for the ride back. I'm sure they got tired of it, but, like, Dad and my aunt. I'm sure they got kind of tired of it by the end, but I had fun. Wow. Boy, it's like the sun. Well, I mean, yeah, it's, you know, moonlight is just light from the sun, you know, shining on the moon. Because the moon doesn't make its own light. But it's very bright. Yeah, but definitely a fun little thing on the way back. I'm going to temporarily turn my phone to silent because it keeps buzzing. But I have to step in about 4 minutes, and like I said, I'll be away about 10. It won't be too bad. I will most likely be back. I'll let you know if I'm not going to be. But my suspicion, my prediction, not suspicion, is that I'll be back. But we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Remove eyes. Coins? Yes, there you are. I thought so. I can get wood. I can get wood to wood pretty quickly. Alright, there we go. And I will simply do this. The singular rock. Alright, but we're chopping. Doing more tree chopping. Is 10 o'clock halfway through stream? It's an hour and a half, yeah. That would be the halfway point. Good for a break anyway. So while I'm up, I can get up and stretch, and like I said, I'll grab things to warm myself up with again. Because... Get over here, you. And perhaps I'll have more to talk about when I get back. One can hope. Oh. Okay. Wow. Way to drop almost directly on me. It's kind of funny watching the logs just fall straight down like that. Where it's I think the humor comes more in how it lands. Like, it just kind of falls and then, like, thuds to the ground and doesn't move at all. Like, it doesn't roll, it just kind of goes dunk. I think that's where the humor of it comes from. Like, that's, you know, that's fine. Like, it falls and then it rolls. But when it just, like, in, like, the horizontal position where it just kind of... It falls... Well, kind of like that, too. Or just kind of thunk, like that. It's kind of amusing when it does that. Or at least I find it amusing. But I just like the tree physics in Valheim. They're good. I will sing those praises. I wonder if I should get some, like tea or hot chocolate or something. Something warm to sip on. It'll end up being too hot when I get it, and then by the time I'm like, ooh, I should check it again, it ends up being colder than I want it to be. Then it's like, oh, I mean, it's not gonna burn my tongue, but it's also not gonna warm me as much as I wanted it to. You ever run into that? Anyway, let me... I have a timer, right? Yes, I do have a timer. Oh, hey, there goes. I knew it was close.
Give Dad antibiotic one time.
Yeah.
2200 hours.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for absolutely revealing what I was doing. I was trying to be vague about it. But yeah, you know, when you go to the hospital with an infection, you need antibiotics. Anyway, so I'm gonna switch this to beer. I'll leave the game audio going. Okay, good. You can still hear me here. Couldn't hear me in BRB for some reason. Anyway, I'll leave the game audio going so you got something to listen to, but I will be back in like 10 minutes. Ow, I can even put that up here. CB, whoop, in all caps. BRB in 10 minutes. Update that. And yes, I shall return. Don't scream when I do. And we're back. Sorry about that. 10 minutes turned into 40. It took a little longer than I anticipated, but we did other things. That is gonna be, as long as I don't have to use the bathroom, that'll be the last interruption for stream. Yeah, and that'll be, well, we'll have a different schedule for it from here on, so that should be the last time that particular task interrupts stream as well. But obviously, if it wasn't important, I wouldn't have stopped to do it. So there you go. I'll just have to cut this part out of the VOD. Ain't no thing can fix. I guess I can pick flowers while I'm over here. Nothing's stopping me. I got some hot chocolate. I didn't end up grabbing like a blanket or anything, but I also turned up the heat in the house. It's kind of cold outside, and when we first got here, there was like a really warm day, and then it went back to being very cold. So it was 65 in the house when we got back, which means now that it's nighttime and the temperature has dropped more, it became absolutely frigid. So I bumped it up. So it should be, it's already feeling better. Who knows, it may end up being too hot later on. But at least for now, with how cold I was, it's already feeling better. I'm gonna take a sip actually of my hot drink. I caught it at a good temperature. Got to get a little stretching in. So it was productive in other ways. I gotta say though, I'm starting to feel the fatigue really kick in. Dang. Oh, I'm so sorry, Cart. Hey. How bad is it? Oh, okay. That's not too bad, I guess. I'll repair it when I get back to the house. You know how, occasionally when you've been watching, like, especially YouTube Shorts is guilty of this. When you've been watching a lot of YouTube Shorts and you start seeing clips of shows. So, recently, YouTube Shorts has been showing me clips of House, clips of Friends, and clips of Game of Thrones. Which, I wasn't a huge, I didn't really watch Game of Thrones. I didn't watch it at all while it was airing. I wasn't really interested in watching it either. But now that I've been seeing snippets, it's kinda interesting. Ow. Now, all the clips I've been seeing, you know, they're disjointed and, you know, obviously there's a lot separating, you know, the different scenes that I have seen. And just from word of mouth and, like, I mean, everyone knows that, Game of Thrones flopped at the very end. It tripped on its shoelaces at the finish line. So, I already know it has a really, like, poorly written ending, and apparently the last, like, 2 seasons in general were just really bad. But I'm still kind of curious about it now, especially people say a lot of the earlier seasons are great. But I also know there's a lot of gratuitous horizontal tangoing going on in that show, which is kind of what turned me off from it. It's not really my thing to watch a lot of that. Now, for others, I mean, you know, go right ahead. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying, not for me. But the parts of the plot that I've seen through these shorts have been intriguing. Because I knew the names of some of the characters, but I didn't know their importance. Like, one of the characters, oh man, I forget what his actor's name is, but he's in a lot of things. He plays Tyrion Lannister, so he's the short guy. A lot of his scenes, I think are really cool. He's witty and intelligent, and kind of it seems like purely because of his like physical stature. I mean, people literally look down on him, but it's also in the figurative sense that he gets looked down on. So it's kind of fun to watch him navigate situations where, you know, he's kind of getting looked down on, getting picked on, but then it's like, oh shit, it's like the people realize they're messing with the wrong guy. It's like, oh shit, this guy knows what's up. He's got more to him than I thought. I'm gonna die, right? It's like I messed with the wrong dude. So it's kind of cool to watch him, and amusing to kind of watch him get the one-up on people, especially when they're not expecting it. He's so far been, from the shorts I've seen at least, so far he's been my favorite character. Peter Dinklage, that's the actor's name. Peter Dinklage. He was actually in a Hot Ones episode. I watched that one. And he was pretty cool there too. He seems like a decent dude. Obviously, you know, don't actually know that, but at least the persona that he shares on you know, in interviews, it seems pretty cool. And his scenes with there's Tyrion Lannister, and then there's his dad. I believe it's pronounced like Tywin. Now the dude that plays him, I don't know. The scenes with Tyrion and Tywin are really cool. Now, for those of you not in the know, Tywin Lannister is a bit of a jerk, which is underselling it, but I'm not going to say more than that. He's a bit of a jerk, and especially to his son Tyrion. But their conversations are very interesting to watch. It kind of makes me want to watch the series, despite knowing how terribly it ends. Just from a writing standpoint, it's horrible. It's dog water. But still, you know, despite that, I'm like, maybe I should have given it a chance when it was airing. But in a way, not doing that, it has kind of saved me from the absolute, the utter despair of watching such a terrible finale live. Because while I haven't, when I tend to watch TV shows, they've already run their course. They're not making new episodes, or at least the new episodes I don't get to see live. I watch reruns. So while I don't really run into, in real time, watching things go down the toilet, I don't really run into that. But I have run into, oh man, there's a sequel to a game that I really like. I hope it's good. Oh no. Oh no, it's bad. Oh no. That's happened before. Halo Infinite was kind of like that. I mean, it was enjoyable, but it kind of didn't feel finished. Pretty much the exact same could be said of Dead or Alive 6, which fighting games don't tend to focus a whole lot on plot anyway, but this one was bad. I mean, I streamed it way back when. Unfortunately, those VODs have been lost to time. But going through that game, blind, seeing the quote-unquote plot for the first time, yeah. Especially compared to DOA 5, compared to the other the other games in this series, there was a lot of plot in Dead or Alive 5. More than normal. Like, you got to see a lot of the in-between stuff that wasn't just the fighting. So that was really intriguing. It's like, wow, I really hope they keep doing it like this, because I personally really like this. And then going from that to DOA 6, where it's like, oh, this is a dumpster fire. So I get it. I get a bit of it. Like I said, not in real time, you know, watching a TV show just suck. But, playing a not-so-great sequel in a series that you really like, I've run into that. I almost played DOA tonight, because I was like, you know, I'm really not thinking on doing anything big. You know, maybe I could do that. I'm glad I did this instead. This is much more relaxing, much more amusing to watch. I feel like I can be a little more, focus more on talking. And by focus more, I mean, not really focusing. This is just, stream of consciousness babbling that I can't do with DOA because I have to focus on fighting, right? But here, I'm chopping trees. I'm just goofing. I'm doing whatever, so I can let myself ramble without really there being any dire consequences to it. Except maybe getting hit by trees, but that's not dire. That's simply a consequence. I am simply playing with my dominoes. My very, very big and cumbersome natural dominoes. Go, my dominoes! Be free! Oh, hey, Grayling. Bye! Yippee! The trees have been chopped! Now I simply have to process the logs. And the stumps. Oh, hello. You ended up a little distance away. Wow. Oh man, yes, the fatigue is definitely here. You know, caffeine doesn't really work on me. I think I've talked about this before. Caffeine doesn't really work on me, and I don't know why. It doesn't make me tired. You know, I know, like, folks with ADHD say that when they drink coffee, they get tired. And that's not what happens with me. It doesn't energize me. Kind of just makes me, it makes my heart rate increase, and that's really it. And that doesn't necessarily wake me up unless I'm, like, freaking out about it. And, the way that, the way that my dad uses coffee, the way he does, is that, it keeps him awake because he needs to pee. That's what he's told me. At least for road trips. Now, I don't know if that's the same for day-to-day, but at least for road trips, it's because he needs to pee. But, yeah, for me, it just doesn't... It doesn't do anything. Like, I mean, like I said, it raises my heart rate, and, you know, obviously that's something. But it doesn't wake me up. I feel like it doesn't do what's advertised. You know, you drink coffee, and it's like, ah, man, I got just that, you know, that little boost that'll get me through the next few hours. But for me, it's that's all there is. And you know what? It might actually have to do with the fact that I drink it pretty slow, because I know it raises my heart rate and I get anxious about that. So perhaps it doesn't really work on me because I don't drink it fast enough. Maybe that's what it is. Anyway, I have to repair my cart. I have to repair my cart, I have to repair my axe, and I have to drop off wood. And I have to consume more feast. So, several reasons to head back to the house, and it's getting dark. Alright, this doesn't need to come into the house as far as I know. Hey, how's it going? You following me? Not anymore. Alright, see ya. You got shy. Alright, I'll just go ahead and swing this one around. Give me that stamina back. Oh, I noticed the Dragon Age franchise, the games are on sale right now on Steam. I think Origins, yeah, all Origins 2 and Inquisition are all under $10. I think it was like 6, 6, and 8. Or 9. I think it was 6, 6, and 8. But it was like, oh, okay, cool. I picked up those games a long time ago. That was like not long after I got my computer that I got those games. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And like even Veilguard is half off. Which I guess kind of says something to how not so great it is. But hey, you know, quite the sale. Half off is pretty dang nice. It'll encourage more people to give it a shot, I would hope. I say that, not actually knowing how good it is. One of my dear friends bought it for me for, I think it was my birthday. It was on sale, which, you know, I begged her at the very least not to buy it at full price, so she at least waited till it was on sale. I appreciated that. I mean, it's not my job to dictate how she spends her money, but it's like, when a game is like $60, I mean, that's a lot of money for a video game, you know? I don't like that they're that expensive. I remember back in the day when 40 and 50 were like the AAA games. Now it's $70. It's like every few years they bump it up by $10 to see if anyone freaks out about it. And frankly, not enough people do. Because they keep pushing more. I think we as consumers of video games need to put up more of a stink when they raise the price. Because it's getting nigh unaffordable, you know what I mean? I mean, it's already kind of unaffordable now. $60 is a lot, $70 is a lot. Did I did, okay, good. I didn't skip a raid or anything. I just saw that something popped up. It was probably this. Don't have any cookable items is all it was. So I was right here. I should check my aminals. Really haven't in a while. And it's dark in here. I suppose, yeah, that's to be expected. Okay, I need to call these guys, but go ahead and add fire there. Okay, got those. And what say you? Okay, fair enough. This probably hasn't gone through much either. Yeah. I'm gonna go refill this one out here real quick. These guys. Yeah, I've got plenty. Ooh, I have plenty of wood. Oh yeah, I guess I'll refill these guys too. Oh yeah, here's a fun thing. Lactose-free milk. Dad and I tried it. Or, in quotations, lactose-free. There was definitely still lactose in it. Just not as much. Let me see... It'll work. So Dad, and to some degree, me as well, have developed a spot of lactose intolerance. It's not like, it's decent enough that, milk is a little weird. So, like, it kind of chunks up in the stomach, right? It curdles, you know, acid and base and all that. But, especially Dad has issues with it. For me, it kind of feels like I get, like, phlegmy when I drink milk, which is not a great feeling. Just be drinking, hold on. So, Dad was hoping to get some, 1,280 days, nice. Dad was hoping to get some lactose-free milk. He was looking around on the hospital's menu, and it's, you know, there was an option that said LF chocolate milk. And so he was like, oh, is this lactose-free? And so I didn't repair my axe. It shouldn't be coming out here. Unless there's still some... Yeah, okay, there's sparklies. He's like, oh, lactose-free milk. Yeah, I'll check it out. But turns out, no. LF does not mean lactose-free. It means low-fat. So they had 2%, they had 1%. You know, they had skim on there. And then they... low-fat. It's like, okay, how many types of low-percent milk do you need? These are all very similar to each other. So yeah, he was hoping it was lactose-free, but it was low-fat. Well, is lactose isn't fat, is it? That shows what I know about it, which is not a lot. I just know that Dad felt a little bamboozled. So one night, when my aunt and I went out, because you know she would take me to dinner, which again very nice of her. It was like, you know what? We asked Dad if I say we, my aunt asked Dad if there was anything that he wanted us to grab while we were out. And he was like, hey, you know what? Can you find some lactose-free milk? I was like, you know what? We'll look for it. And we ended up finding some. It ended up being in kind of a bigger container than we were looking for, because Dad was looking for a 12 ounce, and this was like, I think it was like a 48. It was a much bigger bottle than he was wanting, but we couldn't find a smaller bottle. So it's like, well, I hope he really likes this. It's like, if he doesn't, I'll drink it. So Dad and I toast with a cup of lactose-free chocolate milk. And, there's lactose in it. Not a lot. There's lactose in it. Kind of false advertising there. So then, Dad was like, hey, you know what? You have the rest of it. Also, not only was it lactose free, it was, it was a brand. It's like Milk 50 or something. I think this is like the brand. So it prided itself on having only like 50 calories in a cup, right? And it's like less calories and more protein than the leading brands of lactose-free milk, right? They love their buzzwords, and their comparisons. But anyway, so we tried it, and it was very you could tell there was like some artificial sweetener in there, like aspartame or something like that. It's like, okay, I don't like it in like more watery liquids. So it's definitely different in milk. I didn't mind it as much, but I mean, artificial sweetener is artificial sweetener. It's like, okay, well, if I had a choice, if it were up to me, I probably wouldn't get this again. But it's worth it to try. Explore your options, see what works. That one just didn't happen to work. And that's okay. We gave it a shot. And then he also asked for this soda called Squirt, which is like a grapefruit soda. He is a sucker for grapefruit. Grapefruit and ginger beer. Lots of ginger. Ow. But especially, there's a ruby version. I don't remember if it's sweeter or not. I think he said that the original Squirt is like it's like pithy. I think he said. Got more of it tastes like more of the like, how citrus fruits have kind of that membrane in between the skin and the fruit itself, right? The meat of it. It's called pith. He said that I believe it was the original that has more of the pithy taste. It's like, I kind of see it. Well, I should say I kind of tasted it. But he likes the ruby one more. Just unfortunately we couldn't find it. It's not one that pops up very often. It's a rarity. Well, now that we're done, we've chopped all the trees. Obviously, I haven't processed it all. But we'll get to go through and plant, too, for the next 25 minutes. This has been a nice, chill stream. I'm happy with it. Yeah, okay, I thought so. Only 4 left. Okay, I'm just gonna... Come hither. I'm just gonna put the sticks in the fire. Well, there we go. That was perfect. We had 4 left, and there was a stack of 21. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. That's a movie I haven't watched in a while, is the A-Team. Oops. Nope. Yep. There we go. Let me in, let me in! Whoops. Kinda meant to be through the door before I closed it. Now, what is this one again? Okay, well, yeah, Ashlands. I was wondering if it was a specific portal besides Ashlands. But no, it's just yeah. Okay, so we've got some things to put away, things to repair. I wonder if it would be a good idea to move the, Now, what are you called again? Galder table. Wonder if it'd be a good idea to move the Galder table somewhere over here. Like, maybe stick it here or something. Maybe. I'll think about it. I kind of like how open it is, but I also don't like where the Galder table is right now. If I could kind of consolidate it a little more. Oh, like I said, I'll think about it. But I have dandelions to put away. And feathers to put away. Whoa! We're full on feathers! Oh my gosh! Not the first in history, but, oh wait. How often does... It doesn't happen often. Alright, we'll put that there. Anyway, we still have room for resin. Oh, let me look at this. Yeah, okay, I'll refill these two. Might not end up, putting the resin away. It might get used. Alright, okay, we just got a bunch of these over here. Oh, here you are. Out of resin. Alright, fair enough. I should probably grab that resin. More, I say! More resin! Technically, I should go into the animal pen and put more in there, too. Yeah, I guess I will. Uh oh. Okay, controller, if you want to work. Okay then. That was a little concerning. If you could kindly not do that, I would appreciate it. I do not know why it did that. I'm just not even gonna fill that one. I need to bring something over to break it. Alright. Should be, yep. Oh, that one was filled recently. And, yeah, that one too. Oh, sorry. They're like, oh, you're coming back? I was like, nope, no, sorry. Is there one that's like in here but just burnt out? No, there isn't one in there. I need to put one in there. There used to be one there. Okay, I think I got them all over here. Alright. I don't think I have any sconces in here. I think it's just the lanterns. Yes, indeed. I believe it's just lanterns in here. Alright. Well, I might still have a sconce or two upstairs. There used to be one there. Yeah, there we go. I think it's safe to say I still like the sconce light better, but it is definitely cheaper to use the lanterns. So much cheaper to use the lanterns. Especially because they don't burn out. Alright. Okay, I've got enough. Yeah, I can come in here and... Hey, whoa! Alright, quit that now. Is it... So it's... I don't know what you're doing. You are starting to scare me, though. Okay. Why are you blinking? It's my controller that's blinking. But it's not like it's not like a battery powered controller, it's plugged into the computer. So is the cord going out? Is you know what I'm talking about, the thing, the USB port itself, is that going out? I guess I get to do a test later. Highly disconcerting. Honestly, I'll take the controller crapping out over the port crapping out. Port is a little harder to mess with. And if it's the controller, well, I mean, I already bought a new controller, so, you know, as a backup, so there you go. I would have a replacement if that were the case, right? So hopefully... I tried to stick it a little better in there, too. I mean... Hopefully it's fine. I don't want my hardware to crap out on me. I have things I'm trying to do. I guess I'll go ahead and give you guys the seeds. Excuse me, would you mind terribly, Iggy, if I could grab the egg? Yes, thank you, Iggy. I love you too, but can you move? What's this? Look, over there! Oh, I didn't push him far enough. Move over, please. Oh my gosh, look at them go. It's a feeding frenzy. Someone has apparently not noticed the feeding frenzy. Casey, come on, get over there. There you go. Alright, good birdies. Oh. I missed one. I'm out of resin. That will do it. Fair enough. Alright. There we go. Alright, those are taken care of. I'm gonna go chop more tree. We have spent a good chunk of the day doing other stuff. And for a second, when I looked down at my phone, I thought the time said 11:44. I was like, oh crap! How did I not notice? But no, we got 15 minutes. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. I don't think Geico uses that anymore. I don't believe that's I believe that is no longer available. In terms of, like... Yeah, I don't know. Companies like to change their slogans every few years. So who knows what they're using now. I don't follow them. Jeez, imagine a... You know what? I'm sure it's happened. Imagine a streamer getting sponsored by an insurance company. Yeah, I don't think United is handing out not scholarships, sponsorships anytime soon. Well, it is kind of a sponsoring, isn't it? A scholarship. You're being sponsored to go to college, but it's by the college or by a group affiliated with the college. You don't have to rep their stuff or anything. But you do, for a lot of them, have to make a really convincing argument as to why you should get the scholarship over other people. Show us how much you deserve this. And why should we help you? Suck up to us, and we may give you money. Yeah, I make light of it, but that would probably be the only way I ever get to go to college, is if I beg for scholarships. Get in writing, get on my hands and knees and beg pretty please. Which feels a little demeaning. At least thinking about it that way feels a little demeaning. Oh, we're doing this again. Okay, light hasn't come back on. Oh, light is on. There we go. Oh, I really hope that it's the controller and it's not the USB port itself. I haven't done anything different. As far as I know, I mean, nothing has changed. Besides, I haven't been using this for 2 weeks. But that hasn't affected it in the past, so I don't know why it's acting up now. It's definitely concerning. But it appears that is all. No! If I wasn't using the other port for a mic, then I would just go ahead and unplug this. Do I have a third? I do. Alright. So if it still messes up, then it's the controller. If it's fine, then it's the port, and we have a problem. Not that the controller going out is not a problem, but I mean, like I said, I recently bought a new one, so it's an easy fix. And with how old this controller is, I've had it for several years, so I would not be surprised if it started to go out. It's been a very reliable controller, though. I've been real happy with it. Okay, let me look at you. You got stuff in you. I'm mostly waiting for my stamina to come back, so I got the whole thing to play with. Yep, because I knew that was going to be too heavy. Take another sip of my hot cocoa. It was between this or tea. Lads, I think it's the controller. That's not good. It's the controller. So here's what I can do. I'll go ahead and unplug this. I'll set it to the side for now. I'll mess with it later. And I will plug in my new controller. That was the chair, I think. Can I recreate the sound? Oh, of course now I can't. It was the chair, I swear. Okay, so which side does this plug into? This goes into the controller. It is now plugged in. Swing over here. This way? No, other way? Aha. Now this is not powering on. There we go. You have to press a button. Whoa! Don't quit. Jeez. This is an Xbox controller. So, my button scheme is a little different now. Now, what does this do? Nothing. Right, it's got little, little programmable buttons, kind of where my middle fingers go. So if I really wanted something to go there, I can do it. Can I quick change the, go to settings? Controller. We got classic. Console. Okay. So, A to use and build items. I'll just stick with classic. It's not worth it to do all that. I'll just mess with the... I can handle the button switch. It's fine. Yes, game, I know I'm carrying too much. This is intentional. Now, well... Right stick is the same. Okay. I believe I'm gonna need something for the feathers, though. I don't think the feathers have their own chest yet. Okay, B is jump. Right. Okay, so... Now, how do I do this again? A, split, stack, drop, transfer. No. 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 What am I doing wrong? Left stick X is supposed to be, well, not left stick, left trigger X is supposed to be transfer, and it's not doing it. Lying. Okay, well, where do I put these feathers? I guess I could put it here. Okay. It's not rotating. It's not doing any of what it's supposed to do. Excuse me, is the left trigger just not working? Right trigger isn't working either. No! You won't let me build stuff, but you let me destroy stuff? Traitor! Hold on. Switch controller, I need you. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Oh, it's the connection here. Huh, is there something, is there like some scuzz stuck in there or something? Looks fine from here. But it's the connection, it's either the plug-in in the controller itself or it's the cord. We've determined that much. Because when I really press it in there, it's okay. Now it's just straight up not turning on. It needs to be at a certain angle. So it's a wiring thing, perhaps. If I play with it pressed against my leg, it'll be fine, I think. How about we go the classic? Now, how do I do this? Build menu is mouse 2. Aha! So I need you. Oh ho, how do I rotate you? Okay, cool. So now I need you. You can get kind of accurate with this, can't you? Okay. You get to go in here. How do you just back out? You just kind of... Can you just walk away from it and it'll do it? Yeah, but your inventory stays open. Now what do you press to get that to go away? E. Oh. What? What? There's been a partial here the whole time? Okay, so how do you do... It's left control mouse 1. Transfer. But there's no, like, there's split stack and move, but there's no, like, speed clicky option. Ugh. I see. So one controller, its triggers don't want to do the thing, and the other has a potential wiring issue. So for the next Valheim streams, I might be doing mouse and keyboard. Okay. That's not so fun. Can I, excuse me, can I open my inventory again? Whoa, how did I do that? It's tab. Okay, because it's not E. E is like interact. Ugh. Ugh. My driving skills. Aw, man, that really sucks. My Switch controller, whom I love. Maybe I can see if I can... Shit! No, 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 no. Nope. Nope. No. Hold up, 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 hold up. This is the ultimate test. No, just can I have you eat it? How do I use it? How do I use it? Okay. That's the consume button. Equip. What are you? Miscellaneous potions. You'll have to pardon me, friends. I'm at a disadvantage. Oh, fuck. You know what I forgot? Hold up, hold up, hold up. Hey, 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 hey. Chill out. Holy shit. Whoa. Ah! Eek! I don't remember how to use my powers from here. Pause. Where is it? It's F. Fuck. Oh, wait, okay. Oh, I'm not getting credit for this. Alright. Wait, that's it? What? Hey! Hey! You come into my house. You endanger my animals. You pick on me. And then you run away. Unacceptable. Where are you? Show yourself, fiend! I demand to introduce your flesh to my sword. Oh! Oh, hey, thanks for the raid! Oh my gosh! Hey, Jamie! Oh, thank you for the follows, thank you! Oh my gosh! Sorry, I just went through a... Excuse me, can I help you? Get out of here. Get. I just went through a Gerhafa raid. He disappeared before I could kills him. But, can you stop juking me, please? You're embarrassing me in front of the new people. Oh! Hey! Come hither, foul wenches! Or, as they say... Ah! I'm having to use my mouse and keyboard, because my controller is, experiencing some technical difficulties, if I could say the words correctly. Yippee! I did. But yes, Gerhafa once again cowardly ran away before I could say hello to him. And Ice Wolf hates to see me coming. Here, let me see. E-Critter, you weren't supposed to include the first part? Raid message, get going, get chewing, get berry. I see, thank you. You messed it up, E-Critter. Get going, we are here now. Get muha. I can't ever live this down. Well, thank you all for thank you, Jamie, for the raid, and thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling. Like I said, we've had some technical difficulties, but we're making it through. I am definitely a novice with mouse and keyboard. You know, I think I did okay. There's no there he is. I see you. I see you. You fiend. Get over here! Let's get out of here. Face me! how are we gonna do this? Aha! Roll, 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 roll! I don't know how to roll like this. I at least know how to parry. I just don't have the timing. Ooh, let's heal for a second. Hey, buddy. You kind of caught me at a disadvantage. Too bad that doesn't mean much for you. Because you're still going to die. Come here. I don't know how to secondary attack. Alright, that's enough out of you. Yippee! Yahoo! Yes, my controller is having difficulty, like the wiring in the you know, the wire part that connects to the computer. There's some issue there. And then I was like, oh hey, I have an extra controller, I'll plug that in. The triggers are not reading. So I couldn't do anything there. So now I am nerfed. Let's see, does Valheim have any streaming snacks? Or is it not that kind of game? As far as like drops and whatnot? I would say no. It does not, as far as I know. But, could you stream and eat snacks while playing Valheim? You certainly can. It is a wonderful game. What are you? Oh, they're fighting necks. They were dunking on those poor lizards. That was, hey, not the if not Gearhoffa, it could have been the bros. And those guys would have not been so great. If anything, I'm glad it was Gearhoffa. I'm a little more prepared to fight Gearhoffa. I have a beef stick and some Jacima raw potato, like an apple and lichen. Oh yeah, crunch on that raw potato. Good for you, some might say. Jeez, I need to. Can I mess with like the you know what I'm talking about? This thing here. 150 perhaps? Can I get it there? I see 151, 149. Can I just like gently? Whoa! Too much. Okay, I guess 149 is gonna have to do. How do we do here? Okay, that's maybe a little too much. It'll be fine, surely. It's gaming fuel. Raw potatoes, hashtag gamer fuel. I'll equip those. There we go. What do I have in here? Oh, okay. Yes, I've got some things to put away. I need to put those away too. Okay, maybe bumping it up by 50% was a little too much. Perhaps we got a little too excited about that. Okay, but yes, we can do that. I can put that there. It's kind of fun to be able to, like, click and drag. This is such a foreign experience to me. Whee! But yeah, it's been a while since I've gotten to stream. Went through a minor hiatus, but we are back. Nothing really exciting happening besides, I guess, that Gearhoffa attack. Okay, where did I put the Fenring tails? Where are they? You're an Ulf trophy. There we go. You aren't supposed to be in here. You're in the wrong spot, Thunger. Let's go over here. There you go. That's where you go. And doing a little organization. But yeah, we were just chilling. Just kind of, I wanted something nice and just kind of fun to get back into since it's been a second. The plan is to do more Valheim, because I'm trying to beat the game. It's not completely out yet. It's still technically in early access. but quite a bit of it is... Is this why you were having a hard time? Was I fighting Gear Hoffa without my shirt on? Is that why I was having a hard time? No wonder he was running away. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you... You're typically a little more clothed than this. He was thrown off by my aura. No, not really, not really. That is a joke. That was a joke. Man, what a power move. Running up at him without a shirt and just kicking his butt. I mean, I was noticing that especially that 2-star Fenring was doing a lot of damage, but I figured that was just because he was a 2-star Fenring. I didn't realize it was because I was, you know, not completely clothed. Oh, okay, I just can't put that there. Okay, so those foods need to go back. Okay, yes. And then these go outside. Okay, I'm getting a little better at driving this thing. Woohoo! Oh. Was I feeling something else? No, I wasn't. Alright, well. Those all go in there. I'm gonna check my smelt spot one more time. And then, I'm kind of right at the end of stream here, so I guess I can send you folks on another raid. We can continue the train from one stream to the next. How do I do this? Is it like a half? No, not half. See, it's left shift mouse 1 because I need half. Yes, and then those go in there, and then I do this. And can I just? I can rapid fire this. Oh yeah, I think that's a lot faster than when I do it on controller. Record speed! Oh! Okay, there we go. So now those are going. Hip. Alright, I'm gonna chill out. Oh, is there anything in here? No, there's not. Alright! Well, I feel like we have had quite the productive stream. It is unfortunate that my beloved Nintendo controller, is potentially a casualty. Did not realize there would be casualties tonight. But, hopefully I can get that figured out. It's a cord that I can disconnect and reconnect, so if I can buy a different cord for it, hopefully that'll work. And if that doesn't work, then it's the, port itself and the controller, and in that case, I don't know how to fix that. But I would love to be able to use my controller again. It would be so great if I could use my controller again. But anyway, we're kinds of at the ends of stream here. So I will go ahead and do my little plugs. Not in all caps. I don't think it works that way. Wait, does it work? Does it work all caps? It might if I spelled it correctly. It does work with full caps. Alright, so the Discord link will take you to my streaming Discord. It's where I post updates about things and whatnot, like delays, cancellations, or, you know, things that I'm doing in-game. Like my tree farm, I was able to plant over 300 seeds. I was pretty happy about that. And then the VODs channel is where I post VODs from, like, I space it out like a week apart. So, like, if I had been streaming last week, then the VOD from last Friday would be up. But I didn't stream then. So it's going to be a second before you'll see more uploads there. Just because, hey, I was on a 2-week hiatus. But yeah, I mean, there's more VODs up there. And I try to post clips. I need to go through and find those clips, actually. Like my featured clips I should put there. Anyway, last but not least, this GoFundMe link is for a friend of mine who is currently saving up for top surgery. Do I have anything else to talk about? Any more announcements? I don't think so. I've really announced everything I think I have. Hopefully my dad will be able to join us sometime next week. Like I said, he was He was kind of bummed he didn't get to join tonight, but hopefully he'll get to join. Let me see. Where can we raid for the evening? Ooh, Architect is currently playing Avowed. We could probably go there. But before I do, let me see, let's look through here again. So, thank you, Jamie, for the raid. I really appreciate it. And thank you to, Stock IMG, is that Stock Image? Buidio3, Evil Naravar, and Hoppy Boy. Thank you all for the follows. I really appreciate that. Alright. So let me get this loaded up. Sending you to Architect, who is currently playing Avowed. Which I think I've heard of before. I think, yes, the voice actress for Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate 3, I believe she voices the main character. I think that's what I saw. I know she's at least in a significant role in the game. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Like, it's kind of like the old school. People are comparing it to like Skyrim and things like that. It's like old school but new, which you'll see when we get in there. It looks cool. Is that a? He's carrying. There's guns. I thought it was like a medieval fantasy. There's gun here. Okay. Anyway. The raid is ready. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's stream, and we will see you folks next time. Bye, everyone. Whee!